We are the ones they left behind. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. We don't need another hero. We don't need to know the way home. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome.
It's episode 75 of the Hodgepodge podcast. I'm your host, Doug.
I'm Dirty A. As the name suggests, we're going to talk about a hodgepodge of topics from movies, music, TV, and other pop culture events.
And on this episode, we welcome back special guest Matt King to discuss Mad Max Fury Road. And we'll also be discussing the movie Maggie. You can reach us at the hodgepodgepodcast@gmail.com or over on our website, thehodgepodgepodcast.com, or look us up on iTunes and YouTube and subscribe. We are in the middle of May now, and we've got summer movie season starting to pick up, starting to go. And we saw Mad Max recently. And also, as I mentioned in the intro, Maggie, which we can discuss first, I guess. But first, let us introduce our guest who never has been on the show before. He's a writer, and he has 2 short stories up on his website, King Writes. That's WRITES.com.
Not the rights of kings.
Right.
That's...
Matt King, everybody. Let's welcome Matt King. Yay! Welcome back, Matt. It's been so long since you've been here.
We need fireworks.
We don't.
Okay. All right, fine.
Sorry. Plus,
Anyway.
It's almost 3 o'clock in the
It
afternoon.
is.
You wouldn't see the
No,
movie.
No fireworks before 8.
Yeah, so Matt's here to talk Mad Max with us. We saw Mad Max. Matt and I saw it on a free screener a couple weeks ago. And then there was another free screener earlier this week. And then Dirty A and I saw it. So I've seen it twice. And I didn't have to pay for it once. Fantastic. Fantastic. Take that, George Miller.
So if you're wondering why the box office is not quite as rosy
People
as
like
it should
Doug
be,
who like the
it's sons of a
See-
bitches like the Doug.
double free movies instead of giving his due. And I really like that movie, but I'm not going to give it any money.
He's like those extreme couponers that
Yes.
like get paid to go shopping at grocery stores.
Yep.
Bastard.
But in all honesty, yes.
He does actually have a book
Yeah,
where he just files things away and pulls them out at random.
I know. I've seen it.
Pitch Perfect 2 is going to win the box office this weekend,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Pitch, please.
That I gotta be honest, it's like, it's not even like because it's a chick flick or any of that crap. I just saw the first one, I didn't like it.
See,
I saw it on cable.
I didn't even see the first one. I'm not going to comment one way or the other. I never saw the first one. It just didn't seem like my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not good. I mean, plenty of people loved it. And
Yeah.
plenty of people see this one. So I don't have an opinion other than to say it just didn't seem like my bag. So
Elizabeth Banks directed it.
Yes,
Good
she
for
did.
her.
I didn't
Well, she
realize
did.
that.
Yeah.
She wrote the first one too. I don't know if she
Did
directed
she?
the first one,
Oh, I
but
thought
she helped write the first
Okay,
one. She
I didn't know
she
that.
was like the executive producer and helped write. Yeah, she was very tied into the first one as well. She's a lovely lady.
I love me some Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
I love Anna Kendrick, but that first movie did not do
Cabin
it.
Trip the other weekend, we were disputing. We had some naysayers on Anna Kendrick saying
Really?
she like has a horse face or something like that, and she's not hot. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because they're probably extremely good-looking people making these.
Right.
Or gay.
Or-
So I don't like that girl. Or was it the girls? Was it the girls saying it because they're intimidating?
You know my memory. I can't remember, but it was either
It was you, wasn't it?
it was
He
either
was talking to a dog,
Yeah.
and the
it
dog was
either-
saying
no,
that he's
it was
saying
either
so.
it was either Trey or Chris on the wrong side of that argument.
No.
Oh, you just outed them.
They don't
Poor
listen.
bastards.
They listen to this.
I didn't use last names.
Oh, okay.
For all
That's
you
true.
for all you know, I had air quotes going on those names. I didn't.
So before we get into Mad Max, let's talk briefly. Let's talk superhero and nerd movie news.
I'm out.
The big thing, I guess, was the TV upfronts were this past week, where the networks basically, the major networks announced their slates for the fall. The good news for us is that Person of Interest got renewed. The bad news is
yeah.
it's only going to be 13 episodes. So this will
One
more than likely
this will be the last.
This will be the last season for Person of Interest,
which is fine. It
Yeah.
seems like it's ready to wrap up.
yeah, it's winding up. It's winding up to the end.
Oh
And,
man, that finale!
the finale was really good. The finale was really good.
I'm sitting there tearing up over a computer that's like, oh my god,
It's really good. You need to watch that. I'm sure you will
dig
eventually.
Person of Interest, you would.
Yeah, you'd dig it.
All
Dig
right.
it. I have the first 2 seasons on Blu-ray, so I'm sure you'll be watching them at some point.
I will.
But
Look how long it took him to get through Daredevil. I don't hold.
Shut up.
Don't.
It was normal amount of time to get through a show.
whew.
Oh my god.
So that's the big news for us. Of course, the other news is that CBS is launching.
They canceled the following. They canceled the following. Oh my god.
About 3 seasons too late.
Like, hey, let's make a show. Let's take Dexter to the nth degree and make 60% of the population serial killer, homicidal maniacs.
But see, that's like
That's basically what they do.
that's like Prison Break. Like Prison Break should have been 1 season, and
Well,
they
right.
dragged it out to 4.
Oh wait, they've broken out of prison now.
This
Oh,
show's over.
you're gonna keep going? Okay.
The show's over. The following. Did you ever follow anything on that?
No.
No pun intended.
Right.
Basically, what happens is that like it's Kevin Bacon. He's like this special
I'm in.
FBI.
Enough said.
I'm in.
Right?
He's like this special FBI. What is he, like a profiler or something like that? He's like a profiler. And then what's his face? What's his name?
Burgess Meredith.
No, Mark Anthony from Rome.
No.
the you're talking about the bad guy.
Yeah,
know
James Purefoy. James
Yes, that's it,
Purefoy
Purefoy,
is the bad guy, and he's a serial killer.
Okay.
And he escapes or whatever from prison, right? Something like that.
He's
But
like
basically-
a cult leader. Like
He's like a cult leader, and every single person Kevin Bacon runs into is part of this cult.
Okay.
Like literally, they go to this small town. There's a small town
So it's
cop.
Scientology.
Right. It's a small town cop. She turns and shoots this guy. I'm like, that's it. I'm out.
yeah, the small
She's
town
part of the
cop,
cult.
the cop
I'm
was in-
out. I'm out.
everywhere you turn, someone's in the cult.
It's so
it's,
stupid.
it's
It's so-
absurd.
It was a terrible.
It's
Yeah,
like
so-
Scrolls. Everybody's
Yeah,
a scroll.
Exactly. Yeah. In Marvel.
But anyway, yeah. So that got canceled. They actually put a lot of shows on the chopping block. A lot
They
of
did,
shows
yeah.
got cut.
American Idol.
Yeah, American
Sorry-
Idol's going to get
sorry to say.
canceled. Yeah, next season will be the last American Idol season.
Yeah. Where will we get our idols from then?
I mean, there'll be no
Canada?
singers now.
No.
Who was the last person on American Idol to actually be a big deal? Carrie Underwood?
Carrie Underwood.
And that was season 4.
Yeah. Carrie Underwood for sure.
There's not been anyone since then?
No.
I mean,
they've been winners, but
they've had
who's
hits,
made it
but
big?
like
who's
like,
sustained a career?
who actually became
Right.
an American Idol? Like you had Kelly
Right.
Clarkson, she was huge, and then Carrie Underwood. And I guess you
You
could
could argue that Clay Aiken, but he didn't win.
he didn't even win.
No.
He
And
he lost.
he's not still around. I mean,
He is. He was trying to run for
Yeah, he's trying to run
7th,
for
right?
Congress.
Congress, yeah.
State Congress, yeah.
He was on Bill Maher just a couple weeks ago. So American Idol is going to end. CBS is going to launch, I guess in conjunction with the CW, I guess, they're going to launch the Supergirl show, which some people love it from the trailer, the 6-minute trailer they had. Some people hate it.
Yeah. Plus another 2-minute trailer that came out after that.
Seriously?
Yeah, with their action scene.
When I was watching it, the beginning of it, I was like, oh my God, this is stupid. But I got to be honest, I did like it when she basically became Supergirl. Like when she actually saved the plane. I was like, that's cool. Like that was cool how they did it. I don't know. I'll probably check it out, I guess.
I'll certainly check it out. I don't have any real expectation.
Mrs. Harrison Ford is in it as Cat.
Very scary looking.
Cat. What's her name? I forget. Cat Grant. Cat Grant
Hmm.
from the comic books, and she was also in the animated show too. She was a big. I think she was a big presence on Lois and Clark too.
Hmm.
She's on it as like the Supergirl's boss, and apparently also in this day and age of DC stuff, tell everybody your secret identity because basically everybody on the show knows who she is except for Cat Grant. So she's the Gary Oldman Commissioner Gordon in this.
I mean, that's what that's what they're doing these days. Arrow's just
He tells everybody. He goes to a restaurant. Oh, I'm the Arrow. Oh, sit down,
My favorite
please. Have a
part
seat.
about Arrow though is
Well, don't spoil anything because he hasn't gotten to the.
it's not really a spoiler at all.
Okay.
Is Diggle's character
Oh yeah.
because he's just walking around doing his thing with no mask or anything. People, he's saving people, and people got the camera. Like, where are all these people's cameras? Because he's just standing there.
That's right.
And then at the end of the last episode, I won't spoil it, but Arrow tells him, you might want to get a mask. It's like, oh, a little late for fucking that. His face would be everywhere.
Well, the big rumor is that he is going to end up becoming the TV version of Green Lantern.
That's right.
Which he might become the substitute for Jon Stewart. And somebody said that. Somebody said.
Although I guess it certainly is possible, but they have a ways to go. I think before they bring an alien element into.
Well, I don't know. Flash is pretty crazy.
But that's still grounded in like science,
I guess. But the
pseudoscience. TV science.
Yeah.
Not actual science.
Some guy on the internet. He might have been a commenter. He might have been one of the writers on Collider. Said, "How much you want to bet?" It turns out that Diggle's middle name is Stewart, and he becomes Jon Stewart. He takes that as like identity. Yeah. He becomes the Green Lantern, which would be cool.
Yeah. But you can't just say, I'm going to be Green Lantern.
Right.
Oh, no, I know that. I know that.
That's a core.
There was also a rumor. There was also a rumor that the CW people, once upon a time, were going to leave the door open to have a cameo from Ryan Reynolds to be Hal Jordan to come in and do it.
Oh my god!
I mean, they're definitely setting Diggle up to be something. But it was just funny because he's throwing out commands and speaking in superhero talk, and everyone's just looking at him. And all I'm thinking is, how did this not blow up in his face?
That's just like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. He's taking off his mask every chance he gets.
Yeah.
This thing is... I can't breathe in this thing.
It's like, hey, kid.
So when he's on the train in
that's the
Spider-Man
worst.
2,
that's the worst.
People should be going, oh yeah, I've seen you all over the place. Take off your mask every 5 seconds.
He's just a kid.
Yeah.
I can be Spider-Man. Then the kid jumps out of the train and falls to his death.
Which would actually have been better than Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
When the kid tries to fight Rhino.
Oh God. Yeah. We already beat that to death.
The mom just lets him go.
Yeah. The mom and Spider-Man just let him go.
And the police.
Everybody.
Let this kid go out.
I've got too many kids already.
Wait, everybody.
Yeah.
I think this kid's got something to say. Let's just
he needs to learn his lesson.
All right.
Let him go get shot in the face.
Right. In the face.
You won't do that again, will you?
Rhino horn in the face.
Yeah.
Well, you won't do that again, will you, kid?
Oh, he's dead.
You'll be dead.
So the other show that's going to be coming on in
Did we finish talking about Supergirl?
I don't know. What do you want to say about Supergirl? Say what you want about Supergirl.
Okay.
Say what you need to say.
As somebody else pointed out, Supergirl to me, 50% awesome, 50% worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh.
It's like at times I was like, oh, good, this is a female-led show, superhero. It's gonna be great, and then people talk.
Yeah,
and that's sort of where that thing goes down.
And that again, that's the good part about it is they're trying to get a female superhero on TV as the lead,
and she wants to be a hero, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not like fighting.
Yeah, she's not like, don't make me do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to be a hero, and I want everybody to know my name when you're famous.
Like my cousin Superman.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, the Easter egg, the Superman Easter egg.
Stop it,
Jesus. Yeah, pictures of him, like a poster, actual poster.
Yeah.
And then they have James, Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Goes by James on the show. I don't know if you caught those subtle hints that there might be a little romance between Supergirl.
Really?
And James.
I did not pick up on that at all. I didn't pick up on that at all.
You didn't get the musical cues whenever they were looking into each other's
Interesting.
eyes?
No. I thought she was going to hook up with Callista Flockhart.
Oh, well, maybe.
I just thought she had something in her eye.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know about that show. I'll give it a shot. See it.
I want to root for it again for that reason because I don't want them to think. I don't want people to think this is going to fail because it's a woman superhero.
Well, yeah, it was like those the emails that leaked out during the Sony thing, where it was like the Marvel executive was like, "Here's why a female-led superhero will never work. You got Elektra, you got Catwoman. Yeah. Those all sucked.
They were terrible movies.
Like that was a reason that those movies sucked.
Right? Yeah. Just because you don't want to throw a good screenwriter at it or someone who's going to give you a good script.
It doesn't matter that there was a woman in the role. It was just a horrible movie, and they were trying to use that to say like, this is why we don't make Captain Marvel or whatnot.
I mean, you're gonna watch it because what else are you gonna watch? Gotham. Because CBS is putting it right up against Gotham. Because CBS is admitting to the world that show sucks. Watch our show.
That's another WB show.
No, Gotham's Fox.
Gotham's Fox.
Well, I mean, sorry, WB.
Oh, yeah, DC. Yeah,
Right.
DC property.
Yeah. Is it though? Is it really?
Well,
I mean,
I
he's not
haven't
really
seen it, so-
He's not really Batman.
Yeah.
So, then you've got CW is going to do another superhero show, which is basically all the B characters from Arrow and Flash are going to be on one show together. Like, but it's an interesting. It's a very. I mean, I would say it's the most comic book TV show.
I mean,
of all of them.
you say B characters, and it's true, but I mean they're cool characters. They're developed.
Yeah,
It was like White Canary, Adam,
Firestorm,
Hawkgirl.
And Hawkgirl is not going to be anything like Hawkgirl from even Smallville, I think, because wasn't Hawkman in Smallville at the end?
I never watched Smallville.
It's not going to be like Hawkgirl,
which I still don't know why I didn't watch Smallville. I think
it took 10 years for him to put on a cape.
I think. Well, no, but I never started it. Like I don't.
It was just very cheesy.
Was
to me.
Well, I like cheese. I mean, Doctor Who.
But it's like
I'm good with cheese.
Man.
No,
cheese is delicious.
You didn't even like it at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was very like a lot of the shows now are you can kind of feel the CW vibe.
Right.
That's where it was born.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. I feel like I should watch it now since John Schneider has tussled my hair.
That's right, he did.
I feel like
did he really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't tell you that.
He's touched your hair.
No,
you've been blessed.
He tussled my hair.
Oh my god!
I went up to get his autograph, and he goes. Hey. I was like, "What?"
He's like,
"What? Why did that just happen?"
He's coming like mid-30s. What are you doing?
Yeah, like I'm not a 10-year-old child. Why did you just give me a tussle? I don't get that. Yeah, that totally happened this year. That happened. I don't.
In March.
Yeah, I don't. I'm still baffled by that.
That's how I'm gonna.
But he was a very nice guy. He was a very nice guy.
You tussle your hair every time I see you.
But yeah, this show is very comic booky. They're going to put them up against Vandal Savage, and there's a guy from the future. I forget his character's name, who comes to basically give them this mission to stop this guy. And Arrow and Flash put the team together.
What's it called again?
The Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Something like that.
So wait a second. So there's time travel on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
There's time travel in Flash.
Yeah, Flash has.
Is it really?
Oh, well, that's the whole deal with Flash. Is they've already brought Reverse Flash.
Well, I've seen the.
I mean, that's. I'm not saying who it is.
He's in the first episode.
He's in the.
I already know who it is. So
okay.
They spoiled it in the headlines for the show.
Oh yeah.
So
I kind of figured it was him.
So they already have time travel at that element.
Okay.
It's not like they brought any more characters in or out.
Flash is cool as shit. I love that show.
Yeah,
I still have to. I got to watch the last 2 episodes before the finale this week coming up. I got to watch those 2 episodes.
Well, time travel is going to have to come to the MCU soon because there's only 2 stones left for the Infinity Wars thing.
What is that?
Yeah, it's this little thing they've been building up to.
Oh, really? It's the movie they announced 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Right.
Where every single person is going to be in it. It's called Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty
Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it should be called Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're called
Captain America and everyone else. Civil War.
We just found out this week that Mark Ruffalo's like, hey, tee-hee-hee, the Hulk might be in this too, and I'm like, Christ, really? It's like, Christ, really? The only person who's not in it now is Thor. He's the only, and now Chris Hemsworth.
And I have a theory about that.
Because he sucks. And the theory correct.
That's not a theory. That's you are still wrong.
That's less of a theory, more of a fact.
Okay.
Goldilocks.
God damn you. Right. No, my theory is this: in the Civil War series, the comic series, Reed Richards clone. He makes a fake Thor.
Because where was Thor at that time? He was just missing, right?
Well, that's not going to happen
hanging
here.
out in Asgard. I think it might. Because in Avengers, they make a big deal about whenever Loki and Thor are fighting on Stark Tower at the very end. Loki stabs him with one of his knives, gets away, blood. And then Thor takes it out and then throws it down on the ground. And the camera
gotten the DNA.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just say they likely aren't going to use. They're not going to use Reed Richards to do that.
No, they can't use Reed Richards.
That's what I meant.
They can use Hank
Pym. Sure.
So
no. They have to use Tony Stark,
even,
the king of bad ideas.
Oh, that's right. Or Stark. Or Stark.
Stark will probably end up doing it, but he's not.
Wait. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Just let me do this, okay? What could go wrong?
I know I did this exact same thing at the beginning of the movie.
Let me do it twice.
Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Okay.
I learned my lesson. No, I think if Banner's in this, he's the foremost leader in bio blah blah blah.
Right.
He'll probably have to help because they're such a good team so far.
Right.
When it comes to building.
Just hear us out.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
But anyway, that's my Thor clone thing, and I hope.
God, I hope not. 2 Thors.
Oh my God! But that would lead to the most badass scene of all time in the comics. Is when Thor comes back, when he's heard about this clone coming around, and he confronts Stark about it.
But is it a clone like in every way? Like is it?
Yeah,
He's
He
kind
wouldn't
of
have-
like a
he
mindless
he
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have
the-
Mjolnir, but it's so Thor.
And let's face it, Thor without Mjolnir is.
Well, he's still pretty powerful.
Well, yeah, but
But Thor
if you
comes
have Thor
down.
with.
He can't control the lightning though without it.
No, he can't. He comes down, he grabs Stark, and he basically just takes off his mask and throws it away. And he's telling him, basically, there's this whole badass speech about, nobody controls me, nobody, you dare try to create someone like me. I'm going to show you what true power is all about.
Why did he do that? Why was he creating a clone of Thor?
He was trying to win the Civil War between.
Oh, just to create kind of a more armor, just to give more.
Yeah, he was trying to bolster their side. So
Yeah,
they had
okay.
Thor's DNA, and
Right,
they're like, "Oh, let's create this clone.
Yeah.
That'll win the war."
Gotcha.
Then Thor comes down and beats the shit out of everybody. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, hopefully that happens in this movie.
Speaking of Civil War, nice segue.
Thank you.
We saw pictures of Crossbones, who is Rumlow, who's played by what's his face?
Yes,
Um,
Frank Grillo.
Grillo. That's right, Frank Grillo.
Or Grillo.
The guy who wanted to be the
thought it was
Punisher,
right?
until
Originally.
Tom Hardy came along and said, "No, I want to be the Punisher."
Yeah.
You need to slow your roll on that
Yeah.
train there, buddy. Just
Yeah.
because there have been a lot of actors who said they
Oh no,
want to do
I know
things.
that. I know that, but I'm just saying that. If him expressing interest, Marvel might not have even thought of him as the Punisher, but if he expressed interest, they go, "Oh, I can see that happening."
Yeah, they should have signed him that day. Anytime Tom Hardy's
Yeah.
like, I think I want to be in your franchise, you've signed up Tom Hardy.
Yeah, exactly. So we saw some set pics.
Yeah, we saw Widow in her civvies. She's got a new hairstyle again.
Another one.
She got a new
She
wig.
is literally. They are literally trying to turn her into the Princess Leia of the
Yeah.
Marvel universe.
And new movie, new hairstyle. Yeah, this time it's long and
It's not long and straight like it was
No,
in
no.
Captain Winter Soldier. It's long and wavy now.
yes.
Not curly like Iron Man 2.
Right. This is wavy. It's a big difference. So she's there. They got Scarlet Witch walking around.
I haven't seen her. I didn't
Not
see her.
in her costume.
Yeah,
I saw
it's
Falcon.
Just her.
I saw
Yeah.
Falcon and
Falcon in
Falcon's
costume.
and Falcon's stunt double.
Yes. And
Falcon
speaking of stunt
costume
doubles,
looks cool. I like the Falcon costume.
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah, it's
Freshman on Twitter, that's Marvel_Freshman, you're welcome, showed this fight video.
No one will go there.
I gotta plug my friends. No, it's he showed a stunt video on set. It was two stunt doubles practicing, and one of them was doing this very Black Panther-esque move.
Nice.
So hopefully we're gonna see a Panther sighting in the streets soon.
Yeah. Yeah, because what they were filming looked like it was in like an African city or
It
something.
looks like an
that.
African bazaar.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm hoping we see Panther in costume. Would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm glad he's going to be in this movie for 30 seconds because that's about all they can spare.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I hope it's going to be good. I'm sure it's going to be good. I have faith in the Russo brothers, but it's just like,
This is good
We've-
practice for Infinity
There's a
War.
lot,
I know, but
there's a
see,
lot
Infinity
to have-
War's
there are
two
a lot
movies,
of
though.
pieces to have to control.
we've seen this in the past. We've seen it in X-Men 3. We've seen it, I mean, just in Spider-Man 3. And that was just like
Well-
Spider-Man and too many villains. This is like
That was a
Too
director.
many cooks, too
many
many
cooks.
cooks.
It's too many cooks.
You can do it. It's just like Spider-Man 3 was a director that hated one of the villains. Like, actually came out and said, "I hate Venom."
Sandman,
Right.
go away for half an
Like
hour.
the best
It's like
villain.
One of the
yeah,
best
that's
villains that Spider-Man has. He's like, I hate this character, and he clearly hated the character because he treated him like shit the entire movie.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I know I just met you in a random alley.
Yeah.
Let's beat up Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yes, let's beat up Spider-Man.
After Civil War, I challenge someone to do the Too Many Cooks version of the Civil War.
They will. I'm sure somebody did it already. Honestly, they have footage of all these people except for Black Panther.
But
Um,
Downey Jr. was talking about the script because somebody asked him, and they were like, there's so many people in this movie. How is it still going to be about Captain America, and he's like, it's still very much a Captain America story, which I can see if they did.
Well, in that Civil War is a.
It was very much
big
a
Captain story.
It was a Captain America story,
right?
Yeah,
I think he was clearly the hero of that story.
Yeah.
So they can do it. I think it'll be okay. It's going to be a pared down version of the the books.
Yeah.
So they can do it in a little under 4 hours, no problem.
Hey, guess what? The stinger at the end is 2 hours long.
right. It's just another movie.
The second half of the movie.
We have to change the reel. Hold on.
Stay to the end.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's going to be good.
The editors are going to have their fucking hands full.
Oh, yeah.
Here's 8 hours of footage. Get that down to 2.
Yeah, thanks.
Before we get into Mad Max, let's talk quickly about Maggie. Dirty A. No. Dirty A and I both, we separately saw Maggie this past week. This is a movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I would say it's...
And Abigail Breslin.
I'd say it's kind of like his Copland. in that it's a movie that you would not really expect him to be in.
He's like still in Copland. But good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm
still in with it.
I like Copland.
It's fine.
Superboy. It's Superboy. But anyway, the people seem to be disappointed in this movie because when you hear zombie movie and Arnold Schwarzenegger, this is not really what they expect.
Right, you expect some kick-ass.
Right.
No.
This is very much a very realistic and grounded zombie movie.
It's a very meek Arnold
Get to the shelter! Now!
He does not say that.
Oh. You think he would, though, right?
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger gives a fantastic performance. He plays Abigail Breslin's father, and basically what's happened is that there is a zombie epidemic. It's like a plague. You still have to be bitten to contract it, but it's much more realistic, I would say, than Walking Dead, where they turn into zombies in like 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden they, they're driving tanks, and even that doesn't stop the zombies.
Right. No,
It's
this is treated like an actual virus.
Yeah,
like it takes weeks to
transform
one person, and they control it. The way they portray it being controlled is
as a real
very
virus,
much
right?
Like a real world scenario where it's not going to happen where you round everyone up, but they kind of leave it up to individual people, which that'd be the way they'd have to do it. But it's certainly not efficient because if someone chooses to let someone live, that's how it just spreads. But Schwarzenegger's character is great. He's a very meek, mild
farmer.
Yeah, he's kind of like Mr. Baroni.
Yes. My one complaint with the movie is that all these people seem to owe him something. And I envisioned Schwarzenegger actually.
What do you mean by that?
Like the doctor helps him out.
I don't think, but
his cop friend helps him out.
But they weren't owing him something.
But that's what it kind of
because he's a super friendly guy.
I know, but it kind of felt like that. I didn't get that. Because the doctor's like going against major protocols, like letting his daughter.
Well, yeah, but this was his good friend.
Right.
The doctor to me, I thought I don't know. I'd have to go find.
It's Jodie something.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Like the scene when she goes for her checkup.
Right.
Like I was like, that's exactly what my doctor used to say when I was a kid. Like he does it like when he's looking away from her, but he's still got this tone. I was like, that's just like any normal doctor visit when you've got whatever.
No, he was good. It's just like it's almost like I envisioned Schwarzenegger as playing like one of his old '80s characters, and like all these guys were like in his unit or something at one time, and they all owe him. You got us out of the Predator. We owe you. It's like that's what it felt like to me.
Well, they did do that homage to that at the end where he and the doctor like clasp hands at the end. Yeah. No, they don't do that. They don't do that. But that would have been great.
No.
What's the matter, dude? Yeah, you got you pushing too many pencils.
Pain don't hurt.
But really, what it is, it's about. It really becomes like a family drama about like dealing with somebody who has like a terminal illness, basically, and that's basically what it turns into. And it was good.
A terminal illness, but like a very contagious illness, because as you'll see, like his wife, who is the stepmom of Abigail Breslin, she can't quite handle
Richardson.
it.
Jolie Richardson.
She plays more the mass view of how things are, whereas he just sees her as his daughter.
And their kids were actually their siblings in real life.
Oh, is that right?
The little kids, yeah.
But yeah, the movie, I didn't hate the movie. I did enjoy a lot about the movie, but it is very slow.
It is a slow burn.
It's a slow movie. It wasn't the fact that it wasn't a fast-paced zombie movie. I mean, this isn't the first time they've done this. This isn't like this isn't new. But it just was really slow for me. And towards the end, it picked up, and I got into it more. But this movie is definitely all about Schwarzenegger. Like him trying to do something a little different. Yeah. A little different vehicle for him. Yeah. We got the single tier. Yeah. It's literally like the scene. It's still a good scene, but like if you think of it in terms of Schwarzenegger, it seems like he's like grunting, just trying to cry, and then it like pans in on the one tear that he's got. You're like, oh,
stunt double. Stunt double tear.
Tear stunts.
If you want to see a zombie movie that's just a little bit different than like I said, I kept in my review I kept on comparing it to Walking Dead because that's the biggest thing that's out there right now. Right. If you want to see something that's a little bit more grounded and realistic zombie movie, check out Maggie. It's on video on demand now if you can't find it in the theater.
Yeah, it's worth watching. If you got an hour and a half to kill.
Yeah.
So now, gosh, it's 2 hours long.
It wasn't. I thought it was. It wasn't. It wasn't because I saw it on a double feature, and I thought it was going to be at the theater much later than it was. Yeah. It didn't go that long, unless maybe there was a stinger at the end that was 30 minutes long, like there will be in Captain America. All right. Now let's get into the meat of our episode here. Let's talk about what critics are hailing as apparently the greatest action movie that ever was created and ever will be created.
Slow down.
And ever will be created. I'm not saying that.
They should just stop making action.
They're really not saying that. I mean,
a lot of them are.
It's getting very good reviews.
It's getting a lot of masterpiece reviews.
It's very. We're talking about, of course, Mad Max: Fury Road. This is
Mad Masterpiece.
This is the fourth Mad Max film.
See what you did.
Thanks.
It feels like it is, and I think they've said it is basically a reboot of the Mad Max universe. But
all right, I was going to ask you about that because I was clueless about where this is.
You could kind of say maybe it came after Thunderdome.
Yeah, there's certainly no. In all Mad Max, there's certainly no time frame to suggest
there really isn't
that this would or wouldn't occur in any particular time frame of his history, other than the fact that clearly it's after Road Warrior.
Because didn't they even, isn't it even a question of whether the gyrocopter guy is the same guy in the second one or the third one? Right. Isn't that even like a question?
I don't consider them the same guy, but
really,
okay. I mean, but you could. I could see where that would come into.
That's what's interesting about Mad Max. It's not really.
You said, was this someone legitimate who said this is definitely a reboot?
I think so. Yeah, I think they said in like an interview that it's kind of like a reboot of Mad Max.
I mean, you don't really need to reboot Mad Max because it's just.
But that's what I'm saying because there's no real canon, so like it's just like Adventures of Mad Max basically, and like you could do it, which is what I think they need to do when they reboot Indiana Jones.
I mean, these people, they don't need another hero.
Oh God, shut up! So that song will be in either the end or the beginning of the
podcast. It's my song of the week.
Oh, what's your song of the week? Your 80s song of the week. So
2 minutes, 1 minute.
This movie.
Anti-entity.
This movie is fuck nuts crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is fuck nuts crazy, and when I saw
it, more fucking was crazy than Thunderdome.
But that's the thing.
Right on par.
But see, I would argue that this one's even weirder than those movies. I mean, it's he really throws you into this, and
from the beginning, yeah. But honestly, for me, it almost parallels Thunderdome, and it's a lot. It's very similar.
It is very similar to Thunderdome, but I mean, in this one, because Max, who's played by Tom Hardy, of course, because he speaks so little in this.
Who wears a Bane mask most of the time.
He wears a Bane mask most of the time, which I thought was a nice callback to The Dark Knight Rises.
And then he beats
Do you want that off your face? No, of course I don't. I need it to control the pain.
And then he beats up Bane in the end.
He does.
So
the mask holds the pain back from him. Which one of these do you smell of? He speaks so little in this. He has so few lines of dialogue that you're not really like when they throw you, you don't even have like a viewpoint character to go with.
That's
so
Max for you.
So you're just like,
who he is.
Yeah, but I mean, Mel Gibson seemed to have a little bit more charisma to him
in the original one, but after that, he's pretty quiet. He doesn't say a lot.
He's kind of just a passenger.
Yeah, he's just kind of like
it's like things are happening to Max.
Yeah,
and we're following along.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really detract from the movie for me. This one particular that we're talking about doesn't detract from this movie for me. I mean, the action is. This movie's about the action.
Oh yeah,
Tom Hardy's great.
Yes.
Tom Hardy's great, but you could put generically anyone in that role and still make a solid movie. I mean,
he definitely played him, I would say, crazier than Mel Gibson did. He's haunted by flashbacks.
Oh sure.
To I would say probably the first one. Because
his wife and daughter. Yeah,
but that's why I wasn't sure, because when it was a little girl at first, I was like, oh, maybe that has to do with Thunderdome.
No, like I was saying, clearly that's why I said clearly this takes place after
right
that. But
so he's having flashbacks to his wife and daughter who were killed, and it becomes clearer as the movie goes on what his flashbacks are really about.
Right.
But he does play him a little bit twitchy. He's really twitchy. And it's like the world, and this is another reason why I thought it might have been after Thunderdome, is because he's been out there so long. It's like it was like in The Walking Dead when they went to the town and they said we were almost out there too long. You know, it's kind of like that.
Well, see that's another reason why I didn't think this would be a flat out reboot. Is because it's certainly not a full. It's not like because they didn't really give the backstory.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's why he is who he is. So you got to assume that something else has already taken place.
In the beginning, he gives a
minimal,
summary of what happened to the world, basically.
But let's face it, in the Mad Max thing, you need to see that backstory to fully understand why he is who he is, and that's why the fact that they didn't lead you off there.
Well, he tells us,
why
I was a cop.
Right. That's why I didn't believe this was a full reboot. Not that I feel like they needed to start that here. I didn't take this as a reboot. I didn't.
Mr. Wayne.
I fought Batman and I lost.
Who said that?
But like from you're right. From the opening scene of this, I mean, it is balls to the wall.
Oh yeah,
insane.
And I thought, did y'all see it in 3D? I can't remember.
Unfortunately, yes.
You did? Oh, see, when I saw it, I was like,
awful.
I felt like I needed to see it in 3D from the opening scene. No? Okay.
There's only the only scene is when the guitar comes out. That's the only thing that's in 3D,
guitar.
really.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That guy's the best.
Yeah.
The guy from Pan's Labyrinth got a job.
No, I got.
Yeah.
For no reason. Like
he was also on Louis a couple weeks ago.
He was. Just jump from
his random nightmares. So anyway, we will have spoilers, but really, there's nothing to spoil because
spoil here,
it's not like
there's no crazy plot twist.
Yeah, there's no crazy plot twist. It's just a straight ahead action movie.
It's a car chase.
It's a car chase for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour car chase, basically. Yeah. You're right. Max, as is usually the case in as it was in the sequels for Mad Max, Max is doing his own thing, and all of a sudden he runs afoul of some jerk off who thinks he's the ruler of the wasteland, and this guy is Immortan Joe. I really felt they needed subtitles in the beginning because I didn't catch anybody's fucking name. I'm just like, I knew his name's Joe, but I knew they were calling him
because it was irrelevant.
It's because they were calling him something else. He also looks like Bane because he has the Bane mask too.
I mean, like I said, when I say it parallels it, like everything paralleled it from the little guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, they had like all the characters just parallel.
The
Legolas midget.
Yeah. You know, it's just they reused a lot.
Sorry, little person.
Yeah. God.
Sorry.
Sorry. God. Fuck. You should be ashamed of yourself.
And
actually, that
Doug
guy
and Dirty A do not, even though there's commentary on this. We do not associate ourselves with anything that
Matt King says.
King may or may not say.
Yeah, I know. We love Tyrion Lannister.
The views expressed by Doug and Dirty A do not reflect.
I love Peter Dinklage.
Right.
Because
he's the only short guy in Hollywood.
And Warwick Davis.
And Robert Downey Jr.
And Kenny Baker.
I mean,
and Tom Cruise.
Clearly, Matt King don't want no short people around.
Apparently,
no short chicks.
They got little arms and little feet.
Anyway,
they got good reason to smile.
So first 30 minutes was batshit crazy. I didn't know what was going on.
It was a lot. They don't give you any breathing.
No backstory, no nothing. Well,
you have to piece it together from the dialogue.
Yeah.
which is why they need subtitles.
Because I
couldn't understand what half the people were saying.
I don't know. There's people hanging from cages, giving
but
blood
again,
to other
but
people.
again, the plot is very minimalistic.
Yeah.
So it's not that it's difficult to piece together.
Nothing
it's
really
not like
gels until they get into the cars and start racing.
Yeah, it's not like the Road Warrior, which kind of had a plot. You know, it had these are these people they're trying to get here, they're trying to do that. Basically, Immortan Joe, he's the warlord of this area, which was called the Citadel, and he has water. He has like a well, basically. He pumps all this water out of. So he's king of the block.
He's using that against everybody. That's how he's controlling everybody.
The guy who plays him is a guy named Hugh Keys Byrne, and he was actually in the original Mad Max. He played a character in the original Mad Max. It's not the same character. No. It's not like, which would have been cool if they made it that guy turned into this guy. That would have been neat.
Couldn't really do that.
Right. So, but basically, he has these albino warriors called the War Boys. Yeah, called the War Boys. I thought I was in Duran Duran's video for Wild Boys, and one of them is
War Boys. War Boys.
Exactly. I thought that's what they were saying when they were putting the rig together. They're like, Wild Boys, Wild Boys. I'm like, is this a Duran Duran video? Because that video is very reminiscent of Mad Max. One of these War Boys, I was going to say Wild Boys, one of these War Boys is Nux, played by Nicholas Hoult, who was in X-Men as Beast, and he was also the kid in About a Boy. All the War Boys have some form of cancer, basically. They're all dying.
Yeah.
And it seems that they take from different legends from the past, and they think they're all going to go to Valhalla and all this kind of stuff. And
they don't think they are. They're striving to.
Right.
They're trying to find their way there.
So Max gets involved with this guy Nux because he apparently is a universal donor.
He's typo.
He's
how they. He was branded. So when they catch him, they see that he's branded as he's a universal.
Well,
donor.
now was that before, or I thought they were writing that on him?
No, they were. I think the way I read it, they had caught him before, because he's got a lot of shit.
Okay, yeah.
And they were just rebranding him again. What they were typing on there when we saw them catch him was Road Warrior.
Oh, okay.
They were writing, but
I was trying to read everything else.
But he had already been branded as like a universal donor, which is how they knew.
Right.
And so he's a very valuable commodity in their world.
Right.
So they didn't just kill him.
Right.
They basically use him.
So they use him basically as Nux's blood bag, which is what he calls him constantly, and then
and put him in a really stupid spot on the car.
Yeah, really. So what happens is
that's inconvenient.
The real main character of this whole thing is Charlize Theron's character, who is Imperator Furiosa.
Yes.
And she has a robot arm, or she has a prosthetic, which we don't know why. And she drives Immortan Joe's, quote, the war rig,
the gas truck,
which is the gas truck that goes between the Citadel and this town down the road called Gas Town.
Just like in the whole Mad Max, the larger universe, gas is the thing, the commodity to have.
But it seems like in this one, it's more water than anything else.
That's how. So that's the water is what he's using to control his subjects.
Do not get addicted to the water.
So in that aspect, you're right. But what they really go out to get is gas.
Right.
That's something they have to go find.
Right. So Furiosa is going on this drive with these, she's got her protectors and stuff like that with her. And then she makes literally a left turn because she has her own plans. And she has stolen something very precious to Immortan Joe. She has taken his, and spoiler, she has taken his breeders, his wives. And he actually, it's a really cool scene. Because the Citadel's like this giant mountain, basically. And he has like a vault in this mountain, and it's like a bank vault, and he opens it up. And
apparently
inside,
a bank vault that you just open by turning the handle, and it opens. There's
no rule,
no actual lock.
Safety on
apparently anyone can just open it. I didn't understand the.
And he goes into this vault, and that's where he keeps all his treasures. He's got like a grand piano in there, and all these like treasures from like the old world, and that's where he keeps his wives. And Furiosa is trying to liberate them.
I guess they all wanted to go, but then at least one of them.
A couple of them didn't.
they didn't want to go at all.
The leader,
or they didn't want to go at all, or they just had reservations after the fact.
The leader, who's played by Rosie Huntington Whiteley, I think she was in Transformers 3. She was in the third one.
Who cares?
She is the leader of the Wise, and she basically told them, "No, we're going." Zoe Kravitz is also in this. Riley Keough is in this. And then
she's going to go their way.
So
a couple other.
Zoe Kravitz from X-Men.
Yeah, she was in X-Men.
And also, Young Stryker was in this movie too.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah.
Stryker.
That was him. Good call. Nice catch.
Thank you.
Zoe Kravitz is also, she's more well known right now, I think, for the Divergent movies, because she's in those movies too. Was she in Hunger Games too? I don't think so. No, she's friends with J-Law because Lenny Kravitz was in Hunger Games, and so that's how she met Jennifer Lawrence. Okay. Trying to keep all my gossip together.
Right.
She's got some knife today. Okay. So anyway.
Sorry. Bane's porn cousin.
Doug's fanfiction.
That was Bane fanfic. I'll take famous tickets for $1. It was titled.
So that's my tier.
Yes. So Nux. So basically, Morton Joe gets his war boys. He goes, "We're gonna go get him." So they go to get him, and then his brothers run the other towns. Basically, one guy's a big fat guy with fat feet, and the other guy is he's on the best vehicle, I would say, for all of them. He's on that that little tank thing.
So which one was he? The other brother. I know
there's two brothers. The other brother was the guy who was after them in the marsh.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And he was shooting at them, and then they blinded him. He was the other brother.
They shot him.
Yes.
She took the gun.
Hold the flare closer. It's right in front of your face. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
That was total George Miller right there. But so they all round up everybody, and then Nux is like, "I'm gonna go to Valhalla," and then he goes, "Bring my blood bag." And as Dirty A pointed out, they stick him on the front of the vehicle.
Like if that's your precious blood bag, maybe not the best place to put that.
Then there's a great chase scene. There's fantastic special effects. Yeah. And what happens is they go into a sandstorm, and then Max gets free, and then he has to decide at that point if he's going to help Furiosa or if he's going to try and go on his own. Actually, he really doesn't have a choice.
Well, right. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is that they don't really give him the hero card because he's not really choosing here. He's kind of got worser. I mean, he's again at this point he's still just looking after himself.
Right. At
this point, he's not like choosing to help them. Like I'm on a crusade to help these people.
Right.
He's just like it says from the beginning. I'm looking after myself. I have become the baser instinct of all men, which is just to survive.
Right. And he teams up with them, and then Morton Joe starts chasing them, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Big chase.
Joe, by the way, is really cool because apparently he's got a lot of shit wrong with him because he's got this.
Oh yeah, he's got tumors all over his body.
He's got these plates that have to be put.
It's like a He-Man armor.
It's
a He-Man
what
armor.
I thought. He-Man armor, like Mecha He-Man, where he's got like it's really cool, and then he's got a little mask that he wears.
Well, yeah, his is a breathing mask.
Apparatus. Yeah.
His is like a Darth Vader mask more than that, but it looks like.
But it's apparently connected to something inside his.
Correct.
Oh
because,
yeah. That was the best scene.
Yeah.
And they push him out. That was total Wizard of Oz at the end there. But so a lot of crazy stuff in this. A lot of crazy stuff. A lot of great performances. I thought Charlize Theron was really, really good in this. Tom Hardy's really good.
Tell that to the chauvinists out there.
Oh, the men's right activists.
Men's right activists who are up in arms about her role.
Yeah, so there's this big. I say big.
Big. It's the internet rumbling.
Yeah. There are dozens of us.
Yeah.
There are dozens of us.
Literally dozens of men's rights activists are up in arms about this movie because it centers on an entire cast, really, of female characters that sort of drive the movie.
Oh, poo.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's so sad. What is this world coming to?
I didn't hear them complaining about Sucker Punch when it was all women, all short skirts. And
Sucker Punch didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Sucker Punch didn't exactly advance the feminist agenda.
No, with the schoolgirl outfit.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
This movie though, does it right.
Yep.
And she really is the main character of the movie. Mad Max is kind of just like a side,
she's the one
character.
making decisions for the most part. And again, like you say, he's just kind of along for the ride.
Yeah, she's the one that's advancing the action almost all the time. And, it's her decision that causes the whole race.
He really is like a sidekick.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Even up to the very end where he lets her take all the credit and he just kind of
fades into
he just kind of David Banner's all
out.
That's what I thought. I was like, just give him a backpack and let me see him walk.
He had a backpack.
Walking the earth.
I'm just walking the earth.
Walking the earth.
Kane,
but that's
gonna walk the earth. You've chosen to be a bum.
But that is
because without a job and without legal tender, that's what you are.
That is reminiscent of the other two sequels as well. Though,
Absolutely.
He's now the one thing that this movie lacked really, because I guess Max kind of filled the role a little bit in the beginning. There's no narrator in this. Thunderdome had a narrator, right?
He is the narrator,
right? And so they would always say at the end, and then he vanished into the sand.
I mean, he's the narrator of his own story in this one.
So the one thing that I found was funny the whole time as I was watching it is like he's got these wives, stuff like that. He's chasing after them. I'm like, but Furiosa's the prettiest one of all of them. She's the prettiest one of all. She's Charlize Theron. That's no,
because she got no hair.
Well, that's like I forget who.
Make it gritty like Ripley. Oh, shave her hair off.
Who was? I think it was Jim Gaffigan who said, I can't watch a movie with like say Halle Berry in like these gritty situations. It's like, well, she's as beautiful as Halle Berry. She could just become a model. So it's like that's kind of how I felt about Furiosa. I was like, she looks just like Charlize Theron. She could be a model.
Not a hand model.
Oh.
Nah, well, low blow.
It's not very nice. Matt and I do not support Dirty A's
section blow.
Dirty A's views on
the handicap
on people with prosthetics. Yeah. We do not support his
ideas do not reflect the ideas of this podcast.
No, they literally do.
They almost literally do.
They do,
but not for this segment. Sorry.
And then, of course, as we mentioned briefly, Morton Joe's got this whole big fleet of vehicles, as well as a guy just like Deadman who plays the guitar all day.
He's got a traveling band.
And the guy was probably like, "Kill me, kill me,
shoot me in the face."
It's that whole idea of going back to the Civil War, where you got the guys out front with the drums marching. And they're like the ones out front. This guy's just got this electric guitar and he's just rocking it the whole time.
It shoots fire.
And bass.
Right.
That he's chained to speakers.
Right.
And shoots fire out of the end of his guitar bass.
But I loved it because even when like the guitar gets away from him, he's like scrambling to get it back, and then he's like, "Woo!
We love you, Cleveland!"
But he's got no eyes.
No eyes.
He does not, and he must have no ears because
no dental plan because he looked horrible.
He's kind of like Flea.
He is a little bit like Flea.
He was like Flea. Yeah.
Should we look it up to see if he actually is played by Flea? He's been in movies.
Yeah. It's like if Flea was in Kiss and was chained to giant speakers, then drive to
which he would be because
created by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Which he would be because Gene Simmons would chain him to the.
He would chain him to giant speakers.
Yeah. That was the funnest part of the movie was that guy though, hands down.
It was just it was. That's the microcosm of the movie, right?
There. Exactly right.
Yeah. You don't know why he's there. It's just really entertaining, and I love it.
But this is a very avant-garde action film because it is very weird with no explanations really. In
other words, it was written and directed by George Miller.
Right. That's true, but it's like it's really critics love it. John Q. Public is not going to like this movie very much.
Yeah, it's over the heads of the mass audience just because not because
they don't hold your hand.
Not because it's like a smart story or something like that. Just because of how literally batshit it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
and they don't hold your hand and explain why it's like this and why it's
you
like
just
that.
got to immerse yourself into that world.
And the trailers were not, I would say, general audience friendly. I mean, I saw the trailers and I was like, what the fuck is this thing about? You know, it's like.
I mean, clearly, again, it's George Miller coming back to do his story. It's clearly aimed at those who know the lore of Mad Max, enjoyed the movies in the 70s and 80s, and wants to get you back, and maybe some new kids, today. But it's not like he's not pandering to get a mass audience.
No. He apparently has two more scripts written, and Tom Hardy is signed on for two more. So I would like to see.
I'm a fan of Mad Max. There's not enough movies out there. I would like to see, like that.
I mean, others have tried to do it.
That are well done. Right?
Others have tried to do it. Yeah, Waterworld is the big one that people point to. Well, then Waterworld wasn't terrible, but it wasn't terrible. But it was Mad Max on the water.
It gets a lot of flack just because of the dud it was at the box office.
Was it really though? Yeah. I thought it eventually made its money back. I thought it.
So.
I remember there was a lot of behind the scenes.
I thought that's what it was claimed to fame was that it cost so much money.
That's right. The claim to fame was how much money it cost to make it. It's one of those. It's one of those Ishtars. One of those movies that just never.
Fishtar. That's actually what they called it.
Oh,
Fishtar. But yeah. I mean, Waterworld wasn't terrible. I liked it. But it's not. I mean, it's not as good as Mad Max. It's not as good as I mean, Road Warrior to me that's my favorite Mad Max movie, hands down. I love that movie.
Yes, great movie.
I'll say this movie made me want to rewatch Mad Max and Road Warrior, and I might need to borrow them from you.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I might need to watch them here before I leave. I guess is that? No, not really. Okay, you could just.
I was just
do the interpretive.
I was
dance.
just saying you can envy me.
Yeah.
That's what I was going for.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, that's more what I was going for. Actually, I don't have it. John's got one of my friends has the original right now.
So
other people
Son
can
of a
borrow
bitch.
it, but just not you.
Right.
Because again, I said
why do I keep coming back?
I said my friend can borrow it. My friend borrowed.
He'll probably be back for the next podcast too.
What are we doing? Oh, Tomorrowland. Yeah.
Because he is going to Marvel's.
I'm not doing it.
He doesn't want to go to Marvel's.
I'm going to go see it at Crossroads.
Oh my God! Why would you do that?
I don't want to pay extra money and have to deal with the parking. It's not a movie I need to see in IMAX.
All right, Grandma.
That's right.
That's all right.
Well, see, you're already going to be downtown.
Yeah.
Shit. I don't want.
And I'm going
straight
down.
I don't want people knowing my location. Are you crazy?
And I'm going
the internet.
And I'm going straight downtown from work to write at Morning Times for a while.
No. Okay.
If anybody wants to come visit me, you can come visit me.
This
Thursday, folks. Come see Doug at
Morning Time. See him right live.
I'll be working on Maxim Ultra.
Maybe he'll set some books out on the table. Pick one up.
I should.
Like it's a book signing. People will come and be like, hey, what's going on here?
You should just drop it as you walk down, Fayetteville Street. Oh, I'm sorry. What is this? Oh, it's a book I wrote.
Look at that.
Oh my God! And it's for sale.
Who knew? I had this right here this whole time.
Mercy me.
A little off topic here.
So you let me know if you need any more marketing advice.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
That's just a little free tip.
Thank you.
Leave books in a trail to him. Oh, a book.
Yeah.
Oh, a book. Oh, a book.
Oh, it's the author.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
you won the golden ticket. It is I.
That's how I met Stephen King.
James Douglas Simpson.
Just followed his books up to Maine.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Do you recommend Mad Max?
Yes.
Yes.
Because of who I am, yes. Again, like we've mentioned, the audience at large is not going to appreciate it as much.
I recommend it. I think I gave it the same grade as I gave Avengers. Just because I liked it a lot, but just because of the weirdness factor, it did take me out of it just a little bit the first time I saw it.
Oh man, that's it.
But I enjoyed
that's what put me in it.
But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed it the second time I saw it.
It's hard. Well, for me, it was hard to get into the first 15, 20 minutes because it was just so insane. I didn't know what was going on.
Oh, see, I'm the exact opposite. That's what put me in the movie.
The last half hour is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
The last half hour is amazing.
I loved that it was high octane from the get go. But again, because I assumed it was not a reboot, that it was just a continuing story of Mad Max, of which I know plenty about. So I didn't need any kind of setup. The movie assumes you don't need a setup. I think even if it may be a reboot, it's assuming you know something about Mad Max.
Yeah,
I just like that it turned a few tropes on their head. Like when I saw the wives come out, I was like, oh, all right. But then the wives turn out to be like they weren't just
They do stuff.
They do stuff,
right?
You know?
They don't just cry in the corner.
I know they're not just helpless. And,
Right.
Well, maybe a couple of them.
Well, one is, but
Yeah, she is.
no, but they took
No, but no. Actually, in the end, she's not.
right. But they, you know, they weren't helpless.
Nope.
They took part in their own defense, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it was refreshing to see. And then you know, they start talking about the whole green zone or green
place.
It was like this heaven that they were going to go. That
If you
Charlize
didn't see that coming.
No, but it was like, but that it was.
That made me think of Waterworld, honestly.
Yeah, but that it was run by these women.
Oh, right.
And
the Utopia was basically run by women.
Who'd been surviving this whole time, and you know they've got the guns, and they're able to take care of them.
Of course, you see what they did to it.
He just gave MRAs the fuel they need to bitch about this movie some more.
See what women do when they try to lead stuff?
Vote Jeb Bush!
That shit was dirty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that he took a few tropes and turned them around. And
I liked how he included characters from the Dark Crystal in it.
yeah, that was great. I don't know what you're talking about.
When they were on the march, there's people on the stilts.
Oh,
I was
right.
like, I turned
Stilt guys.
The stuntman from Dark
it.
Crystal.
For no reason, just got like stilt guys out there.
to Andy. I was like, it's Dark Crystal. They're like, "Rah!"
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that's true. But anyway, I would say yes, highly recommended. If you're not like Alan and get off on crazy bullshit in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Then once the chase starts, that's when that movie just, just grabs you and you're in. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What a lovely day!
What a lovely day. They're all spray painting their
I
teeth.
didn't
What
get
the
that
fuck was
shit.
that?
I was like, well, now you're gonna die.
Yeah.
At first, I
You
thought
weren't
it was
before.
like jet from like Fallout, like it was like an inhaled drug. But
No,
then
it
I'm
was
like,
just
no,
like
that really
spray
is just spray
paint.
paint.
It's
I'm like,
silver spray paint.
It's just like a,
you will go to Valhalla,
it's like-
shiny and clean.
Right, it's kind of like getting a medal.
Yeah.
Pinning a medal
That you put on yourself.
But he sprayed it on him at the end.
Yeah, but it's like every time they were like,
I don't know what that was. It's like when you think you're gonna die, maybe.
I think so. Yeah, that's what it
Well,
is.
Going
That's
off
what it
to
is.
die.
because Beast sprayed it on his face like 3 times in that movie.
Well, he thought he was gonna die 3
Yeah.
different times. Clearly.
I'm Joe.
And by the way, I just like the tagline of the movie. What a lovely day. I think a better tagline would have been. I don't remember the exact words he used, but he kept saying like. To paraphrase, he kept saying "hope is bullshit."
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a better, like on the poster, a better tagline for the movie.
Yeah.
That would get probably less people in the theater, I think.
This shit is cray. That should have been the tagline.
I'm Joe. What do you know? I'm
What's up,
Mad Max.
babe? Who said that?
Who said that? But yes, go see Mad Max Fury Road. If you've got VOD, check out Maggie. That's a nice little.
I mean, it's in some some theaters too.
It's in some theaters,
but
yeah.
it is on
Yeah.
video on demand.
It's mainly on video on demand. And once again, we would like to thank Matt for stopping by.
You would like to thank Matt. I just feel like he's encroaching in my house dwelling space.
It's true. I take up a lot of room.
He's very tall.
Yeah. Weigh $105.
Yeah, soaking wet.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Matt. Again, check
Yeah.
out the short stories available now.
Yes. And next time, as we alluded to, we'll be discussing Tomorrowland with Brad Bird's new movie with George Clooney and that chick from Under the Dome. And Britt
And
Robertson.
It's in IMAX, but not 3D.
Yes.
Thank fucking God.
Yes.
Not everything has to be in 3D.
Yes.
Oh, man.
The other movies that are going to do that this year, I think actually the only other one that's going to do it is, I think Spectre's not going to be in 3D, but also Mission Impossible will not be in 3D either, as far as I know.
Good. Because those glasses, like, if you wear glasses like I do, and then you have to go watch 3D
Yeah,
movies,
it's a pain in the ass.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's rarely, and I mean rarely worth it.
Yeah.
Any movie in 3D.
No.
Now, here's a question for you. Will you go see Star Wars
Oh, yeah.
on the IMAX 3D
yes.
at Marvel? Okay.
Yes. The two for me are going to be the two definites for me are Spectre and Star Wars. So those for sure in IMAX.
You know, the Infinity War, they announced is going to be shot entirely in IMAX.
Yeah. The
whole thing.
The whole thing. The first film entirely filmed in IMAX. That's right.
And Christopher
cost-
Nolan goes,
It
no!
cost $4 billion to
Yeah.
make.
Right.
But yeah, the entire movie,
but it's the digital IMAX, isn't it? It's not. It's not the actual
film. I don't know. They were just saying the first shot completely with IMAX.
It's a good question, but
I think it's
touted now as the first film filmed solely in IMAX.
I'm pretty sure it is that because I remember they were talking about it because Nolan films on the actual IMAX film, which's got the big giant camera, but with the IMAX digital, the cameras are a lot smaller. They can actually do it. That's why Nolan will probably never do it because he's.
I'll fire an email off to the Russo brothers. I'll find out.
But they call it like 2D IMAX or something like that. So it's like the question is, will they be in 3D? Will they do a post conversion on it?
They'll probably do a post conversion, but I don't care as long as it's in 2D IMAX. I'm in.
Well,
if they do the post conversion,
they're not. If they do a post conversion, they're not going to not put that in the IMAX theater. The IMAX theater will show you the 3D version.
That's true. I'm still going to see it anyway.
Note to Hollywood studios: 3D sucks.
It really does. It serves no real purpose.
The 1 or 2 parts of Mad Max where they actually did something in 3D was so bad. You could see the edges around.
I know the part that I noticed, other than the beginning, which was the first 5 minutes, seemed like it was almost solely made for 3D.
Yeah. It was just very blatant.
There's a part with I think it's a steering wheel.
Yeah.
That's a guitar. That's a guitar.
Yeah. That was the one part that was just blatantly there for 3D. Might as well have been a golf ball.
Yeah, but essentially for me, the only 2 movies that were worth it in 3D were Avatar. And Gravity. And that's it.
Gravity
was pretty awesome in
3D.
But that's it.
True.
The end.
It's very realistic.
End of list.
It's really true. And Avatar, again, as a movie, I don't even care for that much. But
no.
The 3D, the technical aspects of the 3D were amazing.
Yeah, Avatar
James
sucks.
Cameron.
I can't believe he's going to make 4 more
God
movies.
Damn it, 4 more of those motherfuckers and a park.
Oh, and one other thing we forgot to discuss.
It's no Avatar.
Harry Shearer with The Simpsons.
What the hell, man?
Harry Shearer
is gone from Mr. Burns,
Smithers.
Dr. Hibbert, Smithers, Otto,
Skinner,
Ned, all of them.
They're trying to get him back, but I think he's just done. He's just done with it.
It seems so. You got
it's been 26 years.
26
you got
years.
James L. Brooks basically saying like, "Please come back and talk to us," and then you have Al Jean saying, "I don't know why the fuck he left, and I don't really care. we gave him a good deal, and he don't want to take it, so hey, whatever." And I think you're right, Doug. I think he's decided that this is it for me.
Yeah, he's just done.
How many years? 28?
26.
26 years? I mean, it's like, yeah, all right. But Al Jean makes a really good point. He's like, I mean, these people literally phone it in. They literally work very minimal. They all get paid the same, and all they got to do is a phone call to do this voice work. So whatever reason Harry has, it's personal.
Yeah.
But that is shameful. I mean, I was telling you, Doug, this may be when I stop watching The Simpsons. It's the end of an era. They did like a College Humor. Someone did like or maybe it was Funny or Die. It's Funny or Die. Did like a mashup of, hey, they've recast Harry Shearer parts, and then they like showed old Simpsons scenes, but then gave him like every, whether it was Mr. Burns or Otto or whatever, they like gave him like a Stephen Hawking type of voice. This is a robotic type of voice.
Nice.
It's pretty fun.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.